Let's do it.
So, in terms of tonnage, that's quite big. Yeah. So what you're saying that the Eldridge, the ship that we covered in the Philadelphia experiment was 9 tons in weight.
9 tons. She had a big ass.
Well, there you go. Welcome everybody to Never a Straight Answer Extra, the bonus podcast that we throw out midweek because we're just generally quite nice like that. Yeah. And we love you. And we've got loads of extra news that we wanted to get through. Yes, plus, we were having a bit of a conversation earlier about. I don't know if you listened to the last episode, but we were talking about the new Aladdin movie. Basically spurred us on after the show to have a conversation about wishes.
Yes.
Yeah, so, we're going to go on to that in a bit because it was quite interesting in terms of moral implications, where you'd go with wish fulfillment.
I know you know I'm right.
And, I get where you're coming from, but I think, greed does play heavily into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get to that a bit later on. How's your midweek going? It's Wednesday day.
Yeah, so
it's not too long now. You've only got 2 more days till the weekend.
Thank fuck for that.
Hey.
I love the weekend.
Living for the weekend in those immortal words of, who was it?
Madonna?
Well, no, what was the band called? I forgot what they were called now. Living for the weekend.
I don't know.
Forget them.
Yeah.
They come and go so fast these days.
What did they?
I'm feeling old. There was a vibe of old. The bands.
Is it a latest band?
They were not that recent.
80s?
No. Late. No, not
2000s?
More recent. 2000s, something
okay.
like that. I'll find out. If I remember halfway through, I'll Google it. Yeah. Technology, eh?
Yeah.
Well, what have you been up to this week?
Mate, just, carrying on the research for for the weekend.
Oh, yeah. It's a good episode coming up.
Can't wait.
Yeah, we've got some good stuff coming up.
Well,
I've just been working. Just getting bits done, to be honest. Off to London tomorrow.
Oh, London.
Off to Big Smoke. Go and see London folk. Bigger boys came.
Yeah, the bigger boys.
So we're going over to London. So it's all right, you get the train. You get train in the morning. You're there and back.
How long does it take you to get down there?
It's actually a lot better than it used to be. I remember getting the train, it taking 4 hours, whereas you'd get the coach.
4 hours? It takes 5 in coach, yeah.
It'd take 5 to 6, mate. I've been on that coach for nearly 7 hours in the past when there's
been
no
traffic
problems.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, Birmingham's a fucking state, mate.
Totally. I mean, as well, before that kind of toll road went in, it was like nightmare.
Oh, they fucking toll roads. Bastards.
I think with trains getting started to move a bit faster nowadays, so you can generally do it in about 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
which isn't bad.
Yeah, but there's Northern Line's being taken away.
It has. Well, it was actually the line was actually run by Virgin.
Was
trains.
it Virgin who?
Yeah.
Right,
So,
okay.
the Northern Line go with so the Northern Coastline train, I think it is, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But basically, Virgin had the contract when it went private for that rail network.
Yeah.
But basically, it was only ever supposed to last until 2020.
Yeah.
So obviously, they're out now.
Yeah.
And the
contract's been ripped.
So obviously, it's gone to whoever the next sort of contracted person was, and it was Avante, which is.
Right.
I mean. To be honest, I really liked Virgin trains, and I think every time you went on them, it was really kind of smooth and got a good service.
Yeah.
To the point where I got trapped. I think I've mentioned this, where I got kind of trapped. I got stuck on where I'd missed my connection, and they paid for a taxi home for me. So it's like sorting me out big time. So I give them a tweet and a mention. I was like, cheers for that. I really appreciated that. But I was kind of travelling with Avanti, and it just seemed like they'd not got the bearings yet, and they'd not got everything on form. So I'm hoping that the next time I go on one, they'd sorted a few issues out, because I wasn't too best impressed, to be honest. But, you live and learn. Hopefully these things are just kind of teething problems.
Do you think you should go back to government?
What, like private, government-based rail network?
Yeah.
I think a lot of things should, to be honest. I think in terms of kind of things that our country needs to go back to a kind of a...
instead of profiteers.
Looking after the citizens is stuff like dental. I think basically, since
NHS Dental.
NHS Dental was crap, right? And whenever you get referred to them, it still costs you a pretty penny.
Yeah.
But the fact was, when the dental services all kind of got that option to go private, it's like, well, you've got one practice there who's like absolutely making a killing and driving a Beamer in a Merc, and then you've got your NHS dentist who's just getting 35 quid per customer from the government subsidy program or whatever. Then of course they're going to turn their practice into a private practice. It makes sense to. But the people who suffer are the patients, because not everyone can afford those high prices. You end up with a nation of kind of
it's
people.
Like double the price.
No wonder we've got a bad reputation for having bad teeth. But to be fair, it's like the government should. I mean, it's not even like it's a vital sort of health benefit. It's dental's like. I think it's can cause a lot of problems if unchecked. And if you're putting people, especially poor people, in a position where they can't afford the treatment, then they end up with septicemia, abscesses, fucking blood poisoning, and even death. So I think that's one thing that I feel very strongly about privatisation. But I mean, they did it with a lot of stuff. So I mean, I can't really. I mean, it's a long list.
What about BT?
Well, I think
Telecom.
BT's it's not thingy, is it? That's I mean, that's owned by a company. I think like British Telecom doesn't really need to be owned by the government, really. Do you know what I mean? No. Why does it? So that's like
it's not delivered on everything that they're supposed to have delivered.
Yeah, I know, but it's a service that people can
it's not
have.
Servicing.
No, it's a service that people can have or don't have. It's not a case of that. I need BT in my life. It's like I've got options. I've got options.
Apart from if you went to Virgin, most of us have.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Virgin again.
Get your WhatsApp.
The outside fucking rank outsider is like they're coming in with an alternative method to doing the job. Yeah. Whereas every other internet provider is at the mercy of BT because they own all the lines. So you've got to pay BT for a line rental just to have your internet with plus net or whatever you do. Yeah. So
that's why he charges like.
Whereas
it's 16 quid.
Virgin was originally cable and wireless, or 9X if you want to go even further back. And they changed into cable and wireless, and then cable and wireless turned into digital, and on digital turned into Virgin Media. Yeah. So if but all that infrastructure was bought and paid for with the company when they revamped it or rebranded it. So but BT have held all the cards for years.
Yeah,
because you need a line in order to get the service.
Yeah.
So in that respect, they're very clever, but in terms of being a government subsidy, that means that I'm already paying for it because I'm a taxpayer.
So you're paying twice.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, exactly. I'm paying twice. If it was owned by the government and I still had to pay for a bill, then what am I paying for? I'm paying you to run it, as well as I should be getting that service for free as a taxpayer.
Now, see, under EU laws, we should not pay two bills on one thing.
Let's wait. Oh, it's like double jeopardy.
But we never took that on. Well, that's how much influence we had.
You see, this is what happens when Elon Musk's system comes into play.
Yeah.
Right, and it's what is it? Skylink or whatever it's called. His internet project. Right. Yeah. That's offering the public another alternative to having a line. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't need BT then. You don't need to bow to BT to get a line to have internet, because you can just wave your magic Elon Musk wand in the air and connect.
Mr. Skynet himself.
Mr. Skynet. I swear he's got a T800 in the basement. I'm not even joking. He's building one.
No, he's built an upgrade, hasn't he?
I will get you. Get me to Mars.
Hey, that's a point now. I haven't seen Arnie for a while. How's the old fella going?
Well, the last time I seen him, he was getting fly kicked in a gym. So, I don't know. Since then, he just literally, the guy just bounced off him and flew about 100 yards. So it was pretty funny, to be fair.
Well, you can't
he just didn't seem to be fazed by it at all.
Yeah. Proper funny, man.
Yeah, so
you still will see that in the net.
I've got some pretty interesting little news stories here, if you're interested.
Yes, please.
Escaped horse put on a bus after blocking traffic. So
put on a bus?
Yeah. So a lost horse, right? Yeah. I thought this was quality, right? A lost horse boarded a bus but managed to avoid ponying up for the fee
Oh,
or the fare after being
fucking
after being rescued from a busy road in Cardiff.
What the fuck?
So, the steed was seen by motorists on the A48 in the middle of a busy traffic area. Yeah, on Thursday evening. South Wales police said the animal wanted to stirrup a little.
What the fuck?
Wanted to stirrup a little trouble, but doing so, they risked falling foul of the law.
Oh,
I love these puns.
Oh,
do you know what? I try and find the most punny stories going, and this is a hands down winner.
This is a winner.
Several motorists pulled over and were able to help. Stop traffic and keep the animal calm until the police arrived. But Harley Stevens, one of the rescuers, told the BBC Wales...
Is that made up? Harley Stevens? Like Harley Stevenson?
Harley Stevens, one of the rescuers, told BBC Wales that she had expected riding... She had experience riding horses, but had never loaded one onto a horse box or a trailer, let alone a bus.
Oh.
So the police arrived and were a bit flummoxed to what to do because they couldn't get the horse box there in time.
Shoot the fuck
right? But when a bus had also stopped at the scene, the driver suggested letting the animal inside. After putting down the disability ramp, they were able to coax the horse onto the bus.
After shitting all over the place.
And he was pretty happy.
I bet it was. It's just sort of piss, mate.
The horse basically was taken to get a check-out.
Called the Knackers Yard.
By Miss Stevens and one of the other passengers. But basically, it got a free ride home.
Cheeky bastard.
The police basically contacted the local horse warden, who was able to... I know, yeah. I didn't really like... we got a local horse warden. They were able to reach the horse's owner, and the horse was collected from the hospital's park, and basically...
Shot.
He got it home. Yeah, he's shot.
Shot and now it's made glue.
So the A48 is one of the busiest roads in Cardiff, and in 2015 it was also shut down when 3 horses got onto the nearby carriageway.
What the fuck is going on down there?
I just think there must be a lot of fields and stuff around that area.
Fields?
You're all right there, fella.
Yeah, fix it up 1 minute.
You're gonna make me cough. Do you know what? I'm involuntary starting to now. He's alive.
Oh yeah.
So.
Nice one.
So yeah, I think that was pretty ingenuitive of the bus driver, just letting it on. It's let the traffic flow again, hasn't it? And he's got the space on the bus.
Well, I couldn't do anything else.
Couldn't do anything else. Yeah. Well done, that man.
Get off. I'm going to drive down the road.
Done a pretty good job there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a nice little story.
Nice little horse.
You got anything you want to talk about?
Yeah. Let's go with this warning for Android users.
I'm an Android user.
There's 3 apps that have been...
I'm not an Android.
You're not an Android?
Go on, 3 apps. Sure. Free. I like that. Go on, what's free?
No, it wouldn't, because they're all hackers.
Twats. What app is it? Just so I don't download that.
Camero.
What's that?
Which is Camero.
But what's the app do?
I don't know, because I'm not downloading the fucker. I'm not that stupid.
Did it not give you a description of what the app was supposed to do? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to be going just like...
It'd be about your camera.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly the type of fucking app I'd want.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I always look on the photography apps just to see what's crack.
You don't want that one, mate. Yeah, no. It'll take all your details, all your music, all your everything you got on your phone.
You can have me music. At least,
and it can hack through certain systems as well. And it can even get in your cloud and stuff.
Okay.
It's like, what the fuck?
So, Camero.
Yeah, Camero. File Serpit, which is FILECRYPT.
Okay. And what's that one do? You don't know.
That one's same. And then you got Call Cam, which I'm presuming that's like ring up and see their face.
Sort of like a FaceTime sort of app.
So it's call and then cam.
Okay.
Yeah.
So avoid those like the plague if you don't want to get your information, your data taken away.
if you've got it, I don't know what you.
Is there anything you can do? Just delete the app, I suppose.
I think, delete your app, but all the information that's on there would have been taken already. So
it's funny to think, actually, because do you know what? You've probably got more personal information on your phone than you do in your house.
Online banking
online banking,
is the worst on it. Yeah.
Your shopping habits, your heart rate, all these things.
Yeah, your
it's
addresses, your neighbours' addresses, everyone else.
Even personal stuff that you might think that is just personal to you, but you use your phone and they know.
Photos.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, photographs.
Yeah, photos.
So when you get
look
your
at
dick
them
pics, mate, they're not private anymore, mate. Fucking Camaro's got a copy.
All them celebrities the other year, which had shitload of...
when all the clouds
the pictures,
were... totally, when they were all leaked.
Got all that as well.
I know you downloaded them all, didn't you?
No, not someone who did.
I know, yeah. All them Jennifer Lawrence pictures, I know.
Sure, a little beauty, that one.
Well, is there anything more to that?
No. Just be aware that if you've got them apps, get rid. And I don't know really what you can do about like getting your detail back. It'd be too late, to be honest. So I'd probably, if you've got
change your password.
Banking,
change your password.
Yeah, go and speak to your banks and stuff like that.
Just say I've downloaded this app. I just want to make sure. I've got this fucking story and it's pretty appalling, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I like a good painting and everything, but fuck me.
Yeah.
Spanish billionaire, like he's not got enough money.
Oh.
And ex-vice chairman of his country's largest bank, Santander, which is my bank.
Oh, it's your bank?
Yeah, I bank with Santander. Has been sentenced to jail and fined 48 million.
48 million for what?
Right, so he was attempting to smuggle a Picasso abroad, right? So Jamie Bonnet, Bonin, who was 83, allegedly planned to sell the painting, which he was declared a national treasure in Spain at an auction in London.
Dirty bastard.
So the painting work, titled The Head of a Young Woman, was seized from his yacht in France in 2015. But he was only sentenced to 18 months in prison. And after being found guilty of smuggling cultural goods, he was forced to forfeit the work. So Spain's basically strict heritage laws state that any work of art over 100 years old is considered culturally significant and is deemed a national treasure. Yeah. So basically, by him taking it out of the country, he's basically broke a shit ton of laws. So he was denied the permit for the Picasso back in 2012 after authorising a British auction house, Christie's, to seek an export permit from Madrid to London. But in 2015, he reportedly instructed his driver to... he instructed somebody to basically take the painting from Madrid to Valencia, where his yacht was, and then basically take it onwards from there. Yeah. So the captain of the yacht basically hid the painting from... he omitted the painting from the list of artworks on board. Yeah. And then arranged a private jet to take the artwork from Genevieve to Bloomberg. right? So this painting's going around, mate.
Fucking hell, yeah.
Yeah. So... But French police basically inspected the yacht, and after receiving a notification from the bank, the banker had requested a permit to transport the painting and found it wrapped up on the cabins in the captain's cabin. So sorry about that. I was getting my mouth's all fucking hurting. Sorry, my mouth is like I can't get my words out. Sorry.
That's the second wet painting this week that's been found. There was one that I think it was Dutch painting of a lady went about 15 years ago, was stolen, but about I think it was about 5 years ago, some cleaners were cleaning outside in the back, and they found it basically shoved down into a hole. Yeah. And then claimed it, and then now it's been fulminated.
The thing is about Spain is, well, it's crazy that like two paintings have gone in the, or kind of a couple of artwork stories. Maybe it's because they do hold the value, or basically increase in value.
Black market, mate. Black market loves.
The funny thing was though, right? Spain have got this history of basically saying, "No, that's ours," and claiming it back. There was a big treasure hunt where they basically found Sorry, basically. But they found a treasure on a ship of silver bars, gold bars, a load of other extra bits.
Oh, yeah.
So they got it all up, spent millions, reclaiming this treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was Spanish treasure. So as soon as they reclaimed it, Spain just went, that's ours, and took it back. So the fact is, because it's a Spanish national treasure, is they're saying that it's theirs. But according to the local news site, the banker argued that the art had only actually ever been in Spain on a few occasions, including his daughter's wedding, for reframing. So he'd only took it to Spain to be reframed, but then tried exporting it back out of Spain, and they said no. Yeah.
It must have been proof of him transporting it into Spain.
Well, of course he would be, yeah. Well,
then that'll stand up his case. But if it's not, then it will turn out that he's a lying little rodder.
Well, he intended to take it to Genevieve for safekeeping, but and not auction it off in London. But the judges ruled against him, saying despite him being fully aware of the administrative ban, basically, to transport the painting, obviously he was fully intending to because it was on his yacht, and
Do you feel smart,
What?
This is your banker.
This
is your banker.
No, they fucking charged me last month. I don't feel any fucking,
loyalty
to my bank.
You know where he's going in his back pocket, mate.
He's
fucking
buying him. Well, he's
in
prison now, but obviously it's like
his back pocket's a bit full.
It's going in some other banker's fucking art collection pocket in it. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, he'd be collecting it. It'd be a nice little Gaza fund. Brilliant, man.
Yeah, don't agree. Anyway, have you got any more muffins? Anything? Have you got anything else you want to talk about, sir?
Muffin man.
I've got a really cool little story coming up. Actually,
I've got a NASA one to do with the centre of a galaxy.
Oh, go for it.
Well, scientists have now found a weird objects within the centre of a galaxy. Now, supposedly, in the centre of a galaxy is supposed to be a supermassive black hole,
Supermassive black
which
hole.
Is sucking and
like
licking
Muse.
and flicking
it's
everything
a Muse
around.
tune, isn't it?
Yeah. So, now, in Sagittarius A, they found that there's 6 objects...
Infinity Stones.
Around... wait a minute.
Go for it, mate. You're getting me excited now. Go on, the Infinity Stones. Right,
now,
time,
They call
time.
These...
Infinity Stones.
G1, G2,
Fuck off.
G3, G4, G5, G6. Now, 10 years ago...
G6, it's going to be really faster than regular G5 or G4.
No.
Or 4G or whatever.
It's just how many objects are there.
So, so imaginative.
So,
do you know what? Whoever comes up with these names should be fucking fired, do you know what I mean?
The LUC. The UCLA.
Got the UCLA?
Yeah. University of California, Los Angeles.
Yeah, I know it. But I know of it.
Basically, again, fucking, I was saying a lot of that.
Do you know what? Well, we've got a T-shirt. If you want to go and get a basically T-shirt,
basically,
yeah. We acknowledge the fact that we say basically a lot.
We do.
Yeah, right. We acknowledge the fact so much that we made a T-shirt. It's in the merch stand. If you just go in, it goes basically.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's basically nice.
I'm gonna get one of them.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So they've named these objects G objects, right? Because they don't know what it is. Absolutely don't. Now, 20 years ago, there was only 2.
Right.
Now, they don't know
now there's
what's
6.
Going on. Now there's 6, yeah. They're like... And
Is it because they just didn't observe them better as well, and now the equipment's getting a bit better so they can see further? I don't know. It all depends about distance, because from our perspective, they might look like they're close to each other, but one of them could be way further back.
Oh, no. These are like opposites. You can tell. It's like, let's say it's like 6 planets around a black hole.
Yeah.
And it's not going in. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, but they're not evenly spaced around the black hole, are they?
Oh,
are they?
No, they're not.
Well, the thing is, we actually talk about a story not so long ago about the first time something's actually been seen orbiting a black hole?
Yes, it was a sun, I believe, that was circling it. Yeah.
And it was literally just there was no way it should be able to to kind of maintain position.
That was the only way they could tell that there was black hole there, because they couldn't actually see it, but they knew there was something there because the way the movement.
Well, yeah,
of
it
the
was the way the way that the sun was behaving in terms of the pull. I think so. It was in orbit, but it was still had. Obviously, it was being sucked on. Yeah. It was like
was it?
It was like a kid with a lollipop.
Yeah, he was sucking. It was like, sucking. Give me that sensor. I like that cricket.
Go for it.
Now the weird thing is, they're like a gas cloud. So let's say there's a black hole in the center, and there's two gas clouds around it, and they're swirling round and all that. But now there's 6, but they act like a sun.
Right.
Now, a sun is different to a gas cloud. A gas cloud, it's wavy. You can lose a lot of it. There's all sorts. It's not cast iron. Now, a sun is a hard object, and it's got gravity, massive gravity around it.
A lot of mass, yeah.
Yeah, and it's got all these, elements of stuff. So
that's the technical word for it. Stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, there's actually...
Space stuff.
Oh, what's the word? There is actually a technical word for not knowing what it is. It is I can't remember, but it's used a lot. It's used a lot, a real lot. But yeah, so they're scratching their heads again, trying to find out what the hell these things are, because it could change a lot of things by finding out what these things are in the middle, because they might be the stuff that's actually moving the rest of the galaxy around, or why the galaxy is heating up, or could it tell us that we're actually in the Matrix because it shows a certain element of how things could go on.
That took an unexpected turn in the Matrix.
Well, this is it, because you could fix it as
So what are they, just part of the machine? Well, that's what I was thinking, like a cog as a part of cog in a machine. But it's like, I think, obviously, I think the universe operates like that anyway. There is definitely cog in the machine sort of elements
definitely
to it.
In the solar
it's
system
like, look at the solar system. Yeah, exactly. Our solar system. It is a clockwork mechanism, and the way it works in harmony with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that's just. I mean, because obviously the universe was a chaotic place in the beginning. Things were hitting off each other.
Yeah.
Just look at all the craters on the moon and like other planets. It's like obviously there was bombarding into each other, forming,
and the spacing,
and then the space in between. I mean, the crazy thing about the spacing between like planets is they're kind of perfectly spaced, I think.
Well, yeah, but galaxies, but we're as the galaxy is expanding and we're separating from other galaxies, it's only going to get worse for us because it's only going to get colder. But galaxies are getting pulled in to an area of space. We are getting pulled in, so we're moving fast, but we're also getting pulled into another area of space, which
being pushed and pulled
we don't
around.
know what the fuck it is.
It's like, oh well, what's it? Yeah, it's like, where are we going from this bit of space to that bit of space?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
But I think it expands like that and it comes out.
But we could have been well, we've been expanding since the dawn of time. So at the end of the day, it's like it's nothing new,
it won't
really.
Stop. It'd either do one or two things. It will carry on forever, or it will. Well,
you've heard of the bubble theory, where it'll get to the point where it'll burst and then start again.
It's not necessarily that.
No, well, think about it, right? Everyone goes on about the Big Bang and what the Big Bang was. It's like, right, okay, so what happened to spark that Big Bang? Well, the universe expanded to a point where it banged and then it restarted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The Big Bang is the thing that exploded in the first instance, which was the galaxy, because it reached capacity.
But
it burst to a point where everything was destroyed, and the spark jump starts it all off again.
Yeah, but it's like the size of the fucking thing. It was like it was like an atom. It was smaller than an atom.
The size has got nothing to do with it.
Well, yeah, everything that you see here, you learn about everything has come from that little one atom.
Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, well, true.
No,
that actually,
it's a lot to take in.
Oh, that's deep, man. That's just like, wow, we're brothers then in that case.
Yeah,
we're all brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
We're all brothers and sisters.
Well,
if there was
stuff,
only star stuff, if you want to go down the Brian Cox route.
Nah,
I do like a bit of Brian Cox.
Yeah,
but I mean, I like how he dumbs it down for everyone. Like, it's like, but he does have a lovely way of doing it. And he's got such a nice voice. I could listen to Brian Cox
the whole day. He's got a dull voice, but...
No, he's got quite a nice voice. He's got quite a soothing voice.
You could fall asleep to it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but there's a few people who do that. The way he puts it across is like
it's accessible. Elegant. It's accessible and elegant. Yeah, he's very good at what he does. Yeah, and I can see why because he's got that combination of showman and science brain.
But not too.
So
much.
I mean,
he needs a bit more showman.
He's been in bands and stuff. He's used to getting on a stage. So it's quite handy that he's got this knowledge about what he does, and now he's changed his field into this more scientific route. He's obviously applied that showmanship to what he does now.
Oh,
do you know, and it's pretty cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like the man.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot. I learned a lot of stuff from him.
I listened to the Infinite Monkey Cage, and which is his podcast. Robin Ince and Brian Cox for the Infinite Monkey Cage. Check it out. It's good. It's one of the if the only BBC podcast I listen to be honest.
I'll be honest. Yeah,
well, again. If they were on a better platform, I'd be listening to them
all the time.
But
they've got some cool.
And I like his lectures as well. I actually caught one of his lectures when I was working at Manchester University, and basically they used to do dinner time lectures for staff and students. Anyone could attend. Basically, I think they still do it. I think the public
did it.
Yeah, I don't know who does them, but they used to do them. I'm not sure if they still do them. But they do dinner time lectures. Anyone can attend and just go and learn something. So checked out one of Brian Cox's a while back when I was working there. It was fucking ages ago, actually. Yeah. But yeah, it was dead interesting.
You have a smooth one.
What?
You have a smooth one?
A smooth one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Smooth day there. When you were there.
Oh yeah, oh right. I was fucking. Well, knowing you, Taylor, you've always got an innuendo going. I don't know. I can never tell. Do you know what I mean?
No, smooth day.
Anyway,
did you have a good time?
It was good. Yeah, thought for a lunch hour. I've had worse.
Yeah. Good date, was it?
Got this good story here.
Yeah.
Loch Ness monster shock. So
Again?
DNA has been found in the Scottish Highlands waters. Yeah. In the basically,
it's me. Sorry, I took a poo in there.
Well, they're saying that this is unidentified DNA, so it could be the mysterious and the mystery of the so-called Loch Ness monster may be one step closer to being solved after scientists found unidentified DNA in the water of the Scottish Highlands.
Yeah, I just think it's a toilet. Sorry, I'll just keep dropping it.
No, it could be anything, mate. At the end of the day, these unidentified species just doesn't necessarily mean it's Loch Ness.
You know what? The chances of it actually being like what people think kind of creature is probably more likely.
It's probably
than
true.
It's not.
At the end of the day, mate, I like the idea of like a Loch Ness monster and a Bigfoot and all the rest of it. It makes life a little bit more interesting. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, it's like I'd never rule it out because these animals did exist. You can't argue that there was animals that were on par with Ness, and to argue that one might have survived isn't out of the realms. Do you know what I mean?
They reckon that there's 5 million different species, on this planet at the minute, right? That's an estimated, and we haven't even touched the sea yet. You know what I mean? Now they reckon that, and I've lost trail of thought.
Stoner.
Oh, me never. Yet 99% of the animals that lived on this planet are extinct.
Yeah, I'd believe that.
You know what I mean?
Believe that.
And the chances of something getting through slightly at the edges is
of course,
pretty high,
I think that's pretty high. Yeah, of course, around that perimeter of kind of like mass population to just one or two last of the species.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
at the end of the day, look at.
I've got to say,
I mean, just look how fast koala bears have just gone onto the endangered species list.
Well,
after the debacle and the fire. Do you know what? It pissed me off a bit. Do you know, like, I'm not even from Australia, but the fact that how the government handled it, the Australian government. There was like people on the holidays, all the rest of it, like not actually dealing with the problem.
Yeah, but
and I was watching, what was it? I was watching something the other day, and they were saying actually how it kind of made like George Bush's handling of Hurricane Katrina look fucking compassionate.
Yeah, I don't think he should have been on his jollies when the situation was that he should have gone straight back. but like we don't know all the variables to it either. You know what I mean? We only know
at the
certain
end of the day.
variables.
I think basically that's what a lot of Australians are thinking.
Sex change for all we
doesn't.
know,
I don't care. Yeah, but the fact is, that's not what.
What, he was halfway through surgery, right?
Well,
you're cockless.
Well, yeah, all right.
No balls, but
if he was actually having surgery, then maybe. But I think that would have come out in the press that he was. Oh, I'm sorry, he was actually under the knife when all this was going on, so he couldn't really do anything about it.
You know what I mean? That might come out later on.
Who knows, right? But the fact is, you don't know, right? But
that's it.
And what my point is how fast an animal can go on the endangered species list.
Yeah.
Do you know, just
you reckon 1
overnight
billion.
So what
damage, yeah.
Well,
now they're estimating 500 million.
Well, there's a lot of relief funds out there, so get yourselves.
If you can help along or donate.
We'll be donating our next couple of Patreon payments to the charity. To one of the charities that is looking after the Australian relief. Yeah. So if you can do something as little as possible, or not as little as possible, as much as possible, but as little as obviously what you can afford.
But thank fuck the rains are coming now.
I know, I was seeing that on the news, and I was like, thank fuck, at least something's.
There's dust storms though as well, so you got to be careful with that.
So
weather's a bit
but going back to this, Nessie folklore said that basically it was supposed to inhabit the Loch Ness of Scotland, and it's large in size, got a long neck. You know what Nessie looks like. That's pretty much it. So we'll see what they'd say when they've tested this DNA. Right.
But then they're going to have to put something against it, so they're going to have to go to maybe Ireland, Russia, Japan.
Well, yeah,
China,
they have to have something to kind of compare
there's supposed
it
to be ones there as well.
Yeah, well, that's what they were saying, that they are kind of worldwide.
Yeah, so it makes it even more, especially. Well, I suppose the pictures that have come out haven't been great, but weird shit of pictures of weird things coming out over the last couple of years is hopefully inspiring and opening people's minds to have a look at the alternative. You only know what you know because you were taught it. You don't know everything.
And next you'll be telling me the world's flat. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking daft.
The thing is,
it's on the turtle.
The thing is as well, it's a case of the we don't know what's out there. Nope. I mean, like I say, you hit on a good point there. If you don't know what's round the fringe. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I worked it out the other day that we're only on 30% of land. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And about 15% of the land, I think even less than that, we're on. Yeah, and we
more than that, surely.
Well, don't forget, you've got
Africa,
you've got the deserts.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Iceland, so there's a lot of land that isn't Australia.
Yeah, there you go. So let's say about 10%. Yeah,
it's funny how there is that much land, but obviously we want to kind of keep these sort of landscapes as they are. Yeah. But there's a lot of land there that people don't utilise, and it's like we live in such cramped conditions.
You know what? I think it's right that the land in Britain, most of it is forest. Was it 94% forestry? And it was 94%. No, that can't be.
I can't buy that.
But looking at them, it possibly is.
I'll have to have a look into that.
Yeah.
Well, moving on. I think, we mentioned it earlier, we were going to kind of go into a bit of a conversation we were having earlier about wishes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my argument was, right, if you had some wishes, you had a genie, you could ask him anything you wanted, right? Yeah, you've got 3 wishes. What would you wish for? So I was thinking it'd have to be something that was kind of, makes my life easier. Yeah. Something
full of gold.
Well, yeah, initially, right? Now, obviously, you wish for a bag of gold, right? But you can't ask for what do you do? Do you ask for enough money for what? Yeah. How much is enough, right? So my idea was you'd have a pot of gold, right? And every time you take a coin out, it replaces that coin, right? That's not greedy because you've not got money that's you've got to keep gold bricks everywhere like Scrooge McDuck vault.
Yeah, but
you've got a little pot of gold that gives you what you need when you need it. Yeah. Yeah. So if you need a pint of milk, you can put your hand in the pot, it'll give you what you need for a pint of milk. But if you need a loaf of bread, it'll give you what you need for a loaf of bread.
Yeah, but like what I said to you, right, you are being generous with that. You are giving, let's say, the person on the street, the other person, here, have a treat, here's
of course,
gold to go and do this.
Well, no, you just have to be sensible with it. Yeah. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. Now, if you took that pot of gold, say, to a city centre and said, help yourselves, guys. If you need something, just take what you need out of the pot.
And you're going to turn your back.
Then how long before someone walks off with the pot?
2 minutes,
right?
easy.
2 minutes, right? Because greed sets in. Now, me, as the person who made the wish, I'm thinking about it in a sense that, well, it's saving me hassle in the future because, firstly, like I say, I've not got this vault of gold that I need to store, which will infinitely potentially run out. Yeah. I've not asked for a finite number of gold. I've asked for a coin that replaces itself every time I need one. Yeah. Right? So it's not like but pays for what I need it to.
Yeah, but you're asking for, right, I've got some money here. I can spend what I want. There's no consequence to that. And at any time that I'm like, I fucked up with money, the taxman's knocking on my fucking door, I reach in and get a bar of gold. So that ain't teaching you a lesson in
but that's the beauty of having a wish. That's it. Yeah. We're talking magical methods.
But then the odd Joey out there is going to fucking look at that and go,
now, as long as I'm sensible, I can make people's lives comfortable. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I can make my own life comfortable.
Well, someone's going to get greedy and come and see you and go, you're the big boss man, I'm going to take your place.
No, because as long as you don't abuse it. Now, you could use your second wish to wish that nobody even remotely is interested in that pot. To everybody else, that pot is
Are you going to live then?
That pot is an empty pot.
Are you going to live then? Because if you take the items within the pot, which you
can't
see, how are you going to feed yourself?
It's like a perception over that pot, yeah. So first wish, I've got a pot of gold that's infinite. Every time I take a coin out, it replaces it. Second wish, no one else is able to perceive that pot of gold. Right. Yeah. So it could be on the table and you could walk right past it and not even see it. I could see it because I wished for it to be imperceivable. Yeah. Right? There you go. Problem solved.
Well, no, because you're breaking, one, the laws of physics.
Yeah, it's wishing, man.
And
it's
two,
magic.
the laws of the genie as well, because
the laws of a genie. Yeah. Now I'm using my third wish. You know what I'm using my third wish for, don't you?
Well, I know you got a small one, but you don't have to do.
You've got to set the genie free, man. That's what you do.
What the fuck?
That's what you do with your third wish, type fuck.
What? Yeah, but then they come and get your money. Now he knows about your money, so he can go and see the bad dudes and go, you know what?
And now he's mortal as well, isn't he? He's mortal as well, so he might be like, no, but he'll be so appreciative of you letting him free that he's going to be like, nice one, mate.
No, he's a 2-pound punk.
You're just giving him. You're just basically like putting a character onto him that he didn't deserve. Do you know what I mean?
He's blue.
You've done him a favour. You've let him free.
Avatar, man.
Oh, mate. I didn't even watch Avatar. Anyway, so what would you wish for?
Oh, well, I got punishments for you, man. You can't get a wish off a genie and have no bad shit happen to you because it's all in the words on what you say.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You need to
say them words in a certain way.
You just look at the negative side, mate.
No.
But it's like
laws of physics
obviously you'd have to go. Physics has got nothing to do with it.
Has.
No, it's not.
Of course it has.
No, it's not. We're talking about a hypothetical situation where there's a fucking genie. There's no physics involved.
The
fact that a genie lives in a fucking lamp, physics shouldn't allow that. But it does, because it's a fucking story, right? You rub the lamp, the genie pops out, gives you 3 wishes. Fact.
Yeah, but it might be the Matrix.
Fuck off.
No.
Yeah, well, go on.
What would I have?
So you're saying that if you made a wish, you've basically got to be very, very, very clear about what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what you want.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, in Aladdin, it's like he says, make me a prince. Yeah. Now you could interpret that as...
Marry the queen.
No, here's a prince then. I've just materialised a prince as your prince. Yeah, not make me, turn me into a prince.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, so there you go. Right, so you've got the fact that
there's always
you've
a consequence
got to be super
for
specific
the way you say
with
it,
what you say.
Yeah.
So when I say to the genie, make me a pot of gold that every time I take a coin out, it replaces it with another coin or gives me the money I need for the purpose. That's imperceivable to anybody else but me. Yeah.
So you won't be able to spend it.
How come?
Because if I was the genie and you said it in that way...
No, the pot's imperceivable, not the money itself.
But you didn't specify that. You did not specify that.
No,
and not only that, you went coin or money. Now you've put the decision in my hands to give you either money or coins.
It's what you need. Coins is money, currency.
It depends on the
well, there you go. Circumstances. Well, there you go. What I'd have to do is exactly word it out exactly perfectly. I'd have to have a think about it. I wouldn't be going gung ho, spending my wishes willy nilly without thinking about what I wanted. Now, I'm not going to find a genie.
Pool of gold bars. Done.
No, because that's what I'm saying. It's like now you've got a swimming pool of gold bars that you've got to fucking mooch around or try and secure. Do you know? Then,
no, I'm getting rid of it, mate.
People are then going to notice, looking out the next door bedroom window, he's got a swimming pool full of gold bars.
Curtains, mate. I've got curtains.
Yeah. What, on your swimming pool?
Yeah. I'm not having an outside one. Like, you know what I mean? I'm having an inside. I've got money already, you know what I mean? I'm a greedy bastard.
You twat. Yeah, you see. Go on, what else would you wish for?
I don't know. World peace.
All right, and and this is 2020's Miss America.
I don't
contestant.
Want that. No, I don't want that. I don't want that second one. No,
I wish for world peace.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
Justice for all.
No, because
peace on earth.
No, because without mistakes, you can't get full justice.
You end up being invaded. Yeah. Like by other alien species because they go, they're passive down there, you know. It's like they're all peaceful. Let's go and fucking take them, twats.
You know what? All right. It's hard, isn't it? Because like I've
That's
got
what I'm
money,
saying. I don't
want to
be greedy with
money
because money. But the thing is, money gets you every. It's like in that film, right? So in Aladdin, right? Where Jafar goes, I want to be a powerful sorcerer, which actually gives him the ability to do things himself. He doesn't have to rely on the genie because he can now do things himself because he's a sorcerer. Yeah. Now, that's the sort of lines of thinking I'm thinking.
That's a good
without
idea.
Going evil, yeah.
We got a problem.
Go on, what's your problem? Come on, Mr. Negative.
Right, no, right. So you've just been given what?
Well, you don't even know what I've been given. Come on, how can you find the negative in something that you don't even know?
Do whatever you wish to do.
Right, yeah. No, you've asked to be a powerful sorcerer.
Right. So how do you know how to use that power?
Well, I suppose it would just come naturally, considering if you're a powerful sorcerer.
Well, you didn't request that. You only request the power. You didn't request to know about the power.
Well, it's just like superheroes then, isn't it? There's an adjustment period where they get to grips with their abilities.
Kill
they find their full
potential before they go,
they find the full potential. Now, I assume if I was a sorcerer, it'd just be a case of going, ding, chicken, and a chicken would appear in front of me. I'd go, I want a burger.
Word.
Yeah, a sorcerer as in like I'm a magician, like a powerful.
Yeah, like you say something, so then it appears or disappears.
Well, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking whatever you wanted, whatever you thought of.
See, these are different powers, man. These
that's
are
what
a
I'm
lot
saying.
of power.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, you could actually request anything.
You can't hold that.
You could hold power of thought. What do you mean? So you just be sat there. No, it's not a case of that. Whatever you think of is going to appear, like the Marshmallow Man.
Yeah,
it's a case of that. Like if I want something to happen, I can make it happen. If I'm a sorcerer, then it's like how any sorcerer, any magician, Harry Potter, fucking Gandalf, any of them do anything. They do it because they will it to. They don't. It's not because like they'll just be sat there thinking about fucking daydreaming, and then something would appear in front of them and go, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
So now you've got the power of will instead of the power of speech or the power of the mind.
What are you talking about? No, you're not. You're asking the power to do anything you want. You've taken the genie out of the equation because now you don't have to rely on them to do any more wishes for you.
So and you want to be a god?
Well, that's what Jafar does, and he says, "I want to be a genie. I want to be a sorcerer." Then he had to take it further because he was greedy. Yeah,
that's it.
Now he took it further because he was greedy, and he was always told, you're the second to the Sultan. So basically, if you don't, now, you're not. You might be powerful. You're a sorcerer, but there's still one who's more powerful than you. The one who gave you your power. Yeah. So then he turns around and says, "All right, then. Well, I want to be the most powerful genie." So he turns him into a genie.
Yeah.
But he gets trapped in a lamp. That's his hard shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean about there's consequences for your action.
But that's a road that you take through greed. If you were sensible and just basically take care of your needs and don't take it to an extreme, then you'd be cool, wouldn't you?
Most of the population who are out there who are fucking bagging money, who they even want the greed, but the greed comes with the responsibility of having that fucking money. And that
the thing is, you could ask for, as a wish, you could ask for to be taken care of in every aspect of your life for the rest of your days. Yeah. Now,
have good luck every single second of the day.
That'd be a good wish, to be the luckiest person. That'd be a very good wish, actually, being a lucky person. Yeah. But it's like being taken care of. That could mean anything. That could mean like financially, lucky in love.
I didn't realise what you meant when I shot you.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
taken care of. Bang,
taken care of.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, you're so literal.
Well, you didn't specify exactly. You've got to specify.
Well, there you go. Well, the takeaway from this is, if you do find a lamp and we give it a rub, be very crystal clear in your wishes.
Be very careful what you rub as well.
Be careful what you wish for, because do you know what? You might just end up with something you didn't want.
Yeah.
Is that what we're at?
Yeah, I think that's a good analogy.
I think we could, if we carry on any further with this. I think
you're going to lose.
I think I'm just going to lose my voice. So lose. I just don't. When you're trying to have a discussion with an argumentative bastard.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I know. It's fucking difficult.
I've got one against you. Fucking hell.
I'm logical. Oh. You let us know what you think, guys.
Tell us, man.
If you think Taylor's right and you think that it's all darkness and there's there's an anger, there's going to be a fucking dark, there's going to be a dark cloud based on
consequences for your actions. If you do something, there's always something going to be against it.
Well, yeah, I know, but the fact is, it's like
science based.
Surely, because we're not talking science.
Paulie.
Surely. Don't call me Shirley.
Shirley.
Right? Surely the genie would be the buffer between that, because they've made it happen. They're the most powerful being in the universe.
Yeah.
So therefore, if they've made it so, that's like God making it so.
Yeah, but there's always a trick behind it. There's always a trick behind it. And
maybe you're just too cynical. You've got physics. To see. No, physics has got nothing to do with it. I think. You
got a genie in a fucking bottle.
Well, that's what I said earlier. It's like you can't. Look, like I say, we could go down this road all day. Anyway. Right. We've gone way over on a normal extra episode anyway, so we enjoyed it. We'll catch you next time. We've got a really good episode coming this week.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe to never miss a beat. Also, if you want to check out the website, you can go to neverastraightAnswer.co.uk. We've got downloadable episodes, blogs, articles, in the case files there. We've also got merch if you want to go and buy a t-shirt, get an basically t-shirt for a pretty decent price. Also, Patreon links there, and PayPal if you want to donate something. Also, make sure you donate to the Australian Relief Funds.
Yeah, give the lads and ladies a help.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, there's a lot of people who've been displaced and fucking animals have been kind of wrote off. It's not a nice
not a pretty picture over there,
obviously. So thoughts are going out to everyone involved. So, and everyone, all the brave people who've actually been fucking fighting them fires. Yeah. Because I watched an article and they were saying that this isn't like a normal forest fire where they'd be able to tackle it.
Yeah.
It's just relentless. Yeah. So these guys have been working tirelessly.
And a lot of them are volunteers as well. A lot of them are volunteers.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, they don't want to see the fucking neighbourhood go up in smoke, do they? I mean, at the end of the day, if it was us, I think we'd be there, trying our best to do our bit. Yeah. Oh, there was that woman who she basically had about 5 or 6 koalas in a car, and she was driving them off the scene. So these are the type of people who, give a lot of respect.
They've been dropping food as well near the in the woods, so the animals get something
cool,
to eat.
Yeah, so the ones that have kind of still out in the
carrots
wild.
and that have been dropped,
bless them.
Good.
So, I'm going to try and find out a couple of links and post them up on Twitter.
Yeah.
So if you can get donating, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Also, did you hear about that woman? She was basically, I can't remember who it was, but she basically went on to Twitter and Instagram and said, if you can provide a receipt for your donation, I will send you a nude, right?
What?
To your inbox. Yeah, exactly, right?
So good girl.
She raised a fucking fortune, yeah. Some people were sending in fucking forged receipts, which was a bit naughty, to be honest, considering what the cause is. But
there's some scoundrels out there.
She's raised a fortune, but because she was sending nudes over Twitter and Instagram, she's been banned off Twitter and Instagram.
Oh, that's
so
banged out of order.
I think they should have been a bit more lenient considering what they're doing it for. So, you know, I think fucking slap on the wrist there, Twitter.
Yeah, definitely.
Slap on the wrist, Instagram.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? I think considering she's just raised a shit ton of money.
Exactly. You need to put the camera on yourself and take a very good hard look at yourself.
Exactly, yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, the fact is, it's like this girl, she's used her ingenuity and she's thought, how can I make some dough for this cause? Yeah, and I think she's used what God give her, if you like. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So
it's only what God give her, man.
I know.
Yeah,
so fucking
wrong with that.
At the end of the day, it's like, what's so bad about that? I mean, it's not like she was posting them on Twitter. And to be honest, I see a lot worse on Twitter.
Yeah.
Sometimes I open my Twitter feed and these sites, these pages that I don't even subscribe to, that just throw up dodgy stuff. And I think, how's that even allowed on Twitter? Do you know? So you know,
have words with him or something.
Exactly. Yeah. And then they're posting them in an inbox message.
Yeah.
That's literally a private message. So I don't see what the issue is really. Anyway. There you go. That's been another episode of Never a Straight Answer Extra. I've been Gaz.
I've been Taylor.
We'll catch you next week. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcast fix.
Wherever you can.
And we'll catch you next time.
You will.
Peace
out.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.